I'm behind on my protein. I'm behind on my protein right now. Doing this video.
Oh, I am too.
I'm behind on my protein. You need one? I'll get you one.
It's fine.
You know, there's 30 grams of protein. 30 grams of protein right here.
150 calories.
Right here.
Oh God, is that the whole thing?
I just did 30 grams of protein in 5 seconds.
I can't even drink one that fast.
5 seconds, 30 grams of protein.
We should have timed it. Caleb?
Go back and time it, Caleb. If you tell me you can't get your protein in,
you're lying.
You lying. I proved you wrong right there.
Hey, I'm Jessica and this is Bradley, and we are getting into the season where people are thinking about maybe cutting a few pounds, thinking about how can I lean out a little bit for summer. If you're not thinking about that, that's okay, but a lot of people are. So over the next month, we're going to talk about things you can do specifically to help with that. This episode will be on fat loss math. So we're going to let Bradley do all the mathematizing. I made up a word. He has a minor in mathematics, but that's what we'll focus on this episode, and then a few other episodes will be other things related to the same topic but different. So this one's all about the math behind it.
Yes, I'll make it as easy as possible. And as she said, I do have a minor in mathematics.
So you're a mathematician.
And a bachelor's in electrical engineering, which has nothing to do with bodybuilding or whatever, but it's math. It's just math. Everything's math.
Right.
I think everything's math.
Numbers don't lie.
It's the laws of thermodynamics. This is how you measure fat loss. This works 100% of the time. So when people say like, well, I've tried everything. I can't lose weight. It's my metabolism. It's this, it's that. You hear it all. They're not following this. You're not following this. If you follow this, what we're about to tell you, what I'm about to show you with math, because math is true, it's accurate if it's done properly. It's measurable, it's repeatable. So this works 100% of the time. If it's not working, it's because you're not counting your calories properly. You're not measuring properly. You're sneaking stuff in. But this will work. So let's break it down. You ready? Let's go to school. Fat loss math. Here's what you start with. The two most important things when it comes to fat loss and your diet in general is going to be your overall calorie intake and the protein. You want adequate protein. If you do those two things, even if your carbs and fat, as long as your calories are equated for, carbs and fat really don't matter so much. I have preferences on what I think works. I think a little bit lower fat with good quality carbohydrate sources is going to be the most beneficial and most well-rounded diet plan for you. And I'll get into that. But calories, your starting point is 10 times your body weight. Or, some might go to say 10 times your lean body mass, but the good starting point is 10 times your body weight. You weigh 200 pounds, 2,000 calories. I'll get into an example, but that's basically your calorie intake. Start with that. Then protein is 1 gram per pound of lean mass minimum. So if you're 200 pounds, I'm 200 pounds, I'm kind of lean, I'm going to for sure get 200 grams per day. I eat more, which I'll explain that, maybe ways you can tweak it later if you want to tweak the macros. But at a minimum for adequate protein, this is the minimum. So like if you're a 150 pound woman, generally I'm going to say at least 100 grams of protein. At least. A man should have, 150 minimum for most men.
That's what I would say, 150 minimum for a man, just in general, and 100 for a woman, in general.
Yeah, just general.
This is literally, there's going to be specific circumstances, obviously, that are going to be different. This is a starting point.
Yeah, we're going to generalize right now, and then I'll get into the exact part of it. So then, okay, you got your protein, you got your calories overall. Okay, well, fat. How much fat should you have? Everybody wants to do keto and all this stuff. Calories still matter. If you're doing keto, calories still matter. It just means you oxidize fat at a faster rate. But if you eat a ton of fat on keto, guess what you're still doing? You're eating a lot of fat calories and you still have to burn through them. It's not rocket science. It's still calories.
Well, people are going to say, well, how come every time I just eat all meat or I do keto where it's high protein, high fat,
Yeah.
and I lose weight? And me and Bradley were talking about this the other day. It's because you just took out the carbs and all the crap that you were eating, and now you're only
Right.
getting the energy source from the protein and the fat. So you are going to lose weight initially, but then
Lose a lot of water.
Yeah, but then you keep prioritizing that. While that may be healthier, if that fat is still too high and you're not burning that off, then you will be at that stop. So that's where
If you're eating 0 carbs and you're eating 3,000 calories per day of protein and a ton of fat, you're still going to gain weight.
Yeah.
Fat weight. You can still store it as fat. It's not like getting rid of your carbs doesn't make you automatically just lose fat.
Well, then when you add them back in, it's going to be a whole.
And then what happens
problem.
is people sneak in
So
carbs.
it's better just to go ahead and keep them in.
I say don't do keto because if you do keto, I'm going on a tangent here. And then people sneak carbs in.
Well, you go to an event.
You go to an event, you have alcohol, you have I'm gonna have one thing of cheesecake. Well, you
birthday
just
cake,
throw yourself out of ketosis. The whole thing is a wash
So
now.
it's better just to keep it in there,
Just
live
become-
your life, and it's more sustainable.
Just account for it overall. All right.
So
Calories, protein, fat. How much fat? 0.25 is what I go lower, but if I start here and I sneak a little bit in, like if I miscount, so I
got
like to
some
go with the
wiggle
lower number, but I say 0.25 to 0.3 of your total calorie intake, which means if I'm having 2,000 calories, this is what the nutrition labels are based off of, 2,000 calorie diet, right? That means I'm gonna have 50 grams of fat is 0.25.
okay,
I think that's right.
I'm like, is that right?
Yeah, 2,000 calories. So 50. I got this wrong. Oh, Lord.
Did you get this wrong?
I know I didn't get it wrong.
Oh, okay.
I just need to make sure I'm accurate real quick. So if I do 0.25 of my calories, so that means 0.25 of 2,000 calories would be 500 calories
From fat.
from fat, right?
But then you would have to,
So 500 calories from fat, you have to divide it by 9
because that's how many
because
calories
fat
per
is
gram.
more calorie dense. So a gram of fat has 9 calories.
Where a gram of protein and a gram of carb have 4.
4. Very important math there. So that would be 55 grams of fat in a 2,000 calorie diet.
Yeah, so you had the math right.
Yes. So
And that's what we're getting at. So if you can figure out the fat first, that's so important because fat grams, because they are double the calories per gram, they are easy to overeat.
Way.
And they add up. If you grab a handful of almonds and then you do it again and again, those calories are so high. So it's like 24 or so almonds per ounce. And that's like, what, 180 calories or something like that?
yeah, about 14 grams of fat,
Something like
15
that.
grams
and you
of
think,
fat.
oh, that's not a big deal. But when you do want to lose fat and you're doing stuff like that, it adds up. So this is how you can easily go, okay, well, figure out this first, and then I'm gonna let you.
Yeah. So that means you're not having peanut butter, and you're not
Or
adding.
you measure it.
Well, you measure it
You
accurately.
can have what you enjoy. You have to account for it.
What? 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, even tablespoon. When you measure it, I don't mean like a heaping golf ball size thing of peanut butter. That's 2 tablespoons. That's 16 to 20 grams of fat in one little snack. You don't want to do that. So don't.
Right.
The more you add like little snacky things like that, the more these fat calories are going to creep in. But if you're eating chicken, lean beef, even the eggs, like in reason, like most people don't eat 4 or 5 eggs at one time. I will eat 4 sometimes.
I ate 3.
2 or 3 at a time, yolks. But I'm accounting for those fats. I'm getting my fat from my regular food.
Like, yeah, your
Right.
regular.
My egg yolks, my beef, a little bit that's in my chicken. I don't add oil. I don't cook with oil.
Or a bunch of butter.
I don't add butter. I don't,
And if we do cheese, it's just a little bit.
just a sprinkle of like a reduced fat cheese. Stuff like that. You want to be very, very careful because those fat grams will creep up very quickly. And if you go out to eat, forget about it. You don't know what they cooked it in, how much oil it is. You have to account for that. So 50 grams of fat's not that much. You know, so you have to be real careful. The remaining calories is your carbohydrates. So that's going to depend on how much activity you have. If you're weightlifting a lot, you're going to be able to do the carbs very well. You're going to process them very well. Somebody that's severely overweight, I would actually want to bump the protein up and drop the carbs a little bit to get a little bit more fat oxidation. But that means whatever's left over from this calories, that's going to be how many carbs you're going to have. That's how you're going to craft your starting point for your weight loss plan. So, as an example, a 200-pound man. I'm about 215 pounds myself, so that's pretty close. 2,000 calories is a good starting point to guarantee that I'm going to lose body fat. And that doesn't mean...
Yeah, because you can always add more.
Yeah, based on activity level.
Right.
Most people don't do enough cardio. They don't do enough activity. They might go to the gym, they lift weights, you do a little training, you walk, like general exercise, right? Now, can I eat more than this and lose body fat? Absolutely. But I'm training really intensely for me. I'm doing a lot of weight training volume. I may add extra cardio, but if you're not going to do those things, this is definitely your starting point. And this is going to guarantee that no matter what you do, you're going to lose some weight. And you're going to transform your body if you're doing the weight training and things you're supposed to be doing. So I'm going to say 200 grams of protein. That's not lean mass, like I said earlier, but that's, 1 gram per pound of body weight is that's what I like to stick with. I'm just saying as a minimum lean body mass, that's where I came up with the 150 for a man.
Right.
So this guy.
But if he can get 200, he would be better off.
You'd be better off getting 200, personally, in my experience. And then that's going to be somewhere around 50 to 60 grams of fat. I think 50 grams of fat is 450 calories, if I did that right. Yeah, that's right. So 450 calories. So protein, if I do 200, that's 800 calories. If I do 50 grams of fat, that's 450 calories. That means I have 750 calories left over to hit 2,000. Well, 750 calories is 185 carbs. So my macros for my 2,000 calorie diet are 200 grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, and 185 grams of carbs.
Now, could you tweak go between these two? Well, I want to lower these carbs a little bit and raise that fat a little bit. You certainly could, because as long as the math, right? But this is just saying this is a general start point.
The most important numbers that matter is the overall calories
and the protein.
That's
what's going to change the body composition.
Right.
If you get the protein lower and the fat or whatever higher, forget it. It doesn't matter if you want to gain muscle or lose weight. The protein is always number one. We say it every time.
Because your body can't make protein. Your body can make energy calories. If you have stored fat on your body, guess what that is? That's like an extra gas tank on your car, okay? It's stored energy. Your body will release those fatty acids from the fat cells and make up a calorie difference. But that's carbs and fat. Those are your energy calories. The only place your body can get protein from, if it needs it for repair, is your skeletal muscle tissue, which is why you have to eat protein to make sure that you preserve your skeletal muscle tissue. So if you go blast Ozempic and don't eat, and your face starts to sag, and your butt starts to sag, everybody knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
It's because you're not eating. You're not eating the protein. You're not doing the weight training to maintain that muscle. You're losing muscle tissue. You do not want to do that. You want to maintain muscle tissue, and you want to eat enough energy calories where you don't feel like an absolute...
Well, people say, oh my God, how am I going to get 200 in? Or how am I going to get 150 in?
Oh, okay. I'm behind on my protein. I'm behind on my protein right now. Doing this video.
Oh, I am too.
I'm behind on my protein.
One?
You need one?
It's fine.
I'll get you one.
It's fine.
There's 30 grams of protein. 30 grams of protein right here.
150 calories.
Right here.
Oh God, is that the whole thing?
I just did 30 grams of protein in 5 seconds.
I can't even drink one that fast.
5 seconds, 30 grams of protein.
We should have timed it. Caleb?
Go back and time it, Caleb. If you tell me you can't get your protein in,
you're lying.
You lying. I proved you wrong right there. So that was 30 grams of protein extra right there. I'll have lunch in a little bit. I'll have probably 6 to 8 ounces of meat. That'll be another 50 grams of protein. So
and
you can get
there's nothing wrong with drinking that protein shake.
Yeah, that was to boost. I don't live off protein shakes, but
that's not what we're telling
you. I had breakfast. I'm going to have lunch in a little bit. We're filming in the morning. I just did 30.
That's to boost it, and I'm telling you, it's a game changer if you add that in, because nobody can eat. Well, you can, but it's super hard to eat all of your protein. You have to supplement usually at least once a day.
Most, especially women.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but sometimes you get more bloated and things like that. So.
My general recommendation is also split this up into like 4 meals or 5 meals, and it could be a snack. It could be 3 meals and 2 shakes. That shake is 150 calories.
You make sure you're not going into another topic. Yeah, you probably don't have to. I think that you're going to go into more of that.
Okay, that's fine. We're going to do other videos. But you can, but you can split your calories up however you want, okay? That's my point.
Yeah, this is just a good starting point, and you have to.
But you want a protein. You want a protein.
Be consistent.
Yeah.
And then you can tweak, right? But this is going to be very helpful if you actually do it, and then you would learn how your body responds to things, and then you could tweak it based off.
Yeah.
So
we'll do a quick summary, recap.
Do it.
This is masterclass, 30 seconds right here, probably 40, who knows. All right, just to recap, fat loss math, right? Calories, super important. That's the most important thing. Laws of thermodynamics, you cannot beat them, okay?
You cannot outwork them.
Well, they're a law of nature. And I'm not making stuff up.
No, I'm just saying, like in the gym, you've got to do
the
this.
calories matter. You have to make sure you count them accurately. 10 times your body weight, that's your starting point. 200-pound man, 2,000 calories. 200-pound woman, 2,000 calories. Doesn't matter, just do the math. 10 times your body weight, it's your starting point. Protein, 1 gram per pound of lean mass minimum, 100 for women, 150 is a good rule of thumb.
Minimum.
200-pound man, example, 200 grams of protein per day. Fat, 0.25 of your total calories, which means if I'm 2,000 calories, that's about 500 calories. Fat is 9 calories per gram, which means that's about 50 grams of fat. I'm giving you a rough, close estimate. So about 50 grams of fat.
A little more, you could do the 0.3, I guess, would be closer to 60,
60,
I guess.
Closer to 60, yeah. And then the calories left over, for your 2,000 in that example, or 10 times your body weight, whatever's left over, your carbs is what you should start. That's what I recommend. You can tweak your fat and carbs. As long as the calories are equated for and you're getting the protein in, the ratios of carbs and fat can be, as long as it comes out to be 10 times your body weight, you're going to lose weight. Period. End of story. You can argue with me to the cows come home, but you're wrong. So the 200-pound man example, exactly. We come out 2,000 calories, 200 grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, about 185 grams of carbs. If you want to get aggressive with a body transformation, bump your protein up to 250.
And take down the carbs.
Keep the fat the same and drop your carbs by 50. Get 130 grams of carbs and 250 grams of protein. I will do that in a deep cut when I'm really trying to increase that fat oxidation and lose body fat a little bit faster and maintain my muscle tissue. That's it.
That's it.
Crash course.
Crash course.
If you don't lose weight now, you're just not following the plan.
We'll see you in the next one.
All right.